Welcome back to Skyblock Hardcore Mode. Last time we upgraded our gold farm and started a piglin bartering farm, though it does need some upgrading, but that's a future me problem because we've been getting so much stuff. I've actually been throwing it out because I don't know what to do with it. But to be fair, the piglin bartering farm is the only thing actually holding back true resource gathering here, but that's a future me problem because we have a massive, and I mean massive, project we're going to be undertaking here in the overworld. I've been racking my brain for little ideas to do in the Skyblock world and failing. I wanted this to be a small world and short season, but I'm learning I don't do small. So today we're going to be expanding out the island into, well, an island. So I took the gravel I got from the bartering farm and began crafting it into coarse dirt and hoeing it down. Very quickly I realized I hated every second of this and that I was standing next to my moss farm, so I switched to farming trees and podzol and rooted dirt. I decided the azaleas were easier as they also provide leaves. Leaves that I decided I wanted to make a safety net out of because honestly they'll be easier to clean up in the end and I'm lazy. I'd also like to finish this project in this episode and not make it a future me problem. While supply gathering, I found myself bouncing back and forth between leaves and dirt and stone and leaves and dirt and stone so I could take breaks because F3 and T is a lifesaver and allowed me to AFK for a bit, but by AFKing I didn't notice the arrival of some friends. I only noticed because I saw the achievement and I don't have copper, nor did I realize you could get that achievement without copper. Not even gonna lie, I ran past these two on multiple occasions and didn't notice while trying to figure out how I got the achievement and checking that nothing had burned down. I did find them eventually. May or may not have been the cause of some villager damage. Maybe. Possibly. No one can prove it. Anyway, with the witch dealt with, I gave the diner a once over again when I finally spotted the skelly horse. Like, you're cool and all, but could you not? Are you gonna do the thing? I get close enough, even though there's no more thunderstorm. I'll be ready. Nope, 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 nope. One. No, not the horse. Two. Three. I remember those horsemen being a lot more dangerous, but now we have some weird sheep. Sheep aside, it was right back to sprucing up the place and getting all our supplies. I realized very early on this was going to take a lot, and I mean a lot longer than I thought it was. So I took a break and began enclosing the slime farm. This part alone told me I was in over my head, more than I realized. Getting the supplies down to close up the slime farm took ages. My big smart brain forgot we don't have shoulders. I gotta move everything with my single inventory slot. Do you know how many resources I have planned for this island build? So many. So I decided to move down to the level in which I was gonna start building on. Now, we're not gonna talk about how badly I messed up my lava cast at the beginning of this series. We're not. Those are just some friends hanging out. That's all. And with their encouragement, I set to filling out the safety net and immediately ran out of leaves. So I set up a small stone platform so I wouldn't accidentally mine my flora away while gathering supplies, and set to work on expanding and gathering all the other leaves I would need until I discovered another slime chunk, which honestly would have been more ideal to put the slime farm in, but it's too late for that now. Instead, I switched the spot for leaves and removed all the spaghetti sidewalks before continuing on, gathering leaves. Well, here I began to question my sanity. I was doing all of this for a world that was meant to be short-term. This was originally planned to be a series of little ships hooked together in a steampunkish style fashion, yet here I am, gathering supplies for a massive island. One I haven't even planned. Wait a minute. Math's not mathing, and I'm already bad at math. Now, I'm not a good creative player. I tend to get overwhelmed with all the blocks at my disposal and not know what to build. I was hoping this time I'd be better going into it, knowing I have so many blocks available. This would both limit my ability to build in size and scale. We're not going to talk about it. Realizing the size I wanted this, I turned to something that has scared me for ages. World edit. So I added it to my creative Skyblock world that I've been trying to plan in, and began messing around. Very quickly, I realized I should not be allowed to have it. Oh, I should not be allowed to. Can I make this bigger? Look, it's a learning process. And with each attempt, I grew more and more worried with my plans for this episode.
How many blocks affected? I'm sorry.
For this world.
Oh, no.
It begged the question, was it worth it? Taking on another full-time hardcore world. One that would need love and care. From here, it is either a long-term world or it is the end. And I'm terrified. Whoa, 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 whoa! Wait, you can oh. Ow. Wonderful XP. Well, I guess that means this is a full-term, long-term world. Bigger and better builds coming soon. I just have to finish an island first. Let's go get a shelter, I guess. Up's a daisy. Oh, it feels so good to be in wingies. After getting wings and a quick stop to the overworld for rockets, enchantments, shulker farm supplies, and the egg, which I found, then it was off to end busting, which is one of my favorite things. I needed more shells to bring the shulker farm supplies through, and end busting is one of the few ways I can get actual diamonds in Skyblock. What? What? How did this spawn like this? After that, it was time to build the shulker farm. This is a design by ending credits, but I followed MD's tutorial, linked below. I started by securing the shulker, then it was off to building the farm in a space that would be easy to load the shulker. After loading it, it was time to AFK for a bit. After about 20 minutes of AFKing, I got 5.5 stacks, and the rest of this is from end busting. Nearly 2 stacks of diamonds is crazy. But with that done, it's on to the next thing we have to do before building the island, this bad boy. Currently, I have the storage of the stone Jenny extended down, and it's not working out. Not only that, but I'm gonna need more masons for future builds, and this bad boy just is not going to cut it. So I moved them out. We'll eventually give them lovely homes on the island one day. With the villagers out of the way, I made a pickup system for the Jenny drops, got to decorating and fixing the flat side of the building. And I wanted to take this moment to speak on the ongoing horrors happening to the Palestinian people. Linked below are resources to educate yourself on what is happening, from UN documents, the ICJ case, to those on the ground reporting. I ask that you educate yourself on what is happening with an open heart and mind. By the time this video comes out, it will have been over 100 days of them being under inhumane conditions. More than 20,000 Palestinians have been killed, over 8,000 of those being children, and 119 of them journalists. More than 60,000 have been injured, and nearly all the hospitals have been bombed. Many are having limbs amputated without anesthesia. There are no disinfectants or medical supplies or even food being brought in to Gaza. And those in Gaza are currently in another telecommunications blackout, forced upon them by the Israeli occupation, which is why speaking up and educating ourselves is more important than ever. The more we speak up, the more likely someone in power will do something to end this horrible situation. That a permanent ceasefire will happen sooner than later. Because 2.2 million people are in a hunger and food crisis while under indiscriminate bombardment. So I ask that you educate yourself, speak up, and most importantly, you treat others with understanding, empathy, and kindness, regardless of their ethnicity, religion, sexual identity, gender, or disability. Please remember to treat others how you would want to be treated. It seems like such a kindergarten lesson that feels so forgotten. So please be kind and understanding to one another. Please educate yourself. Please speak up. And with that being said, there are, again, links down below to educate yourself with, as well as some links if you are in a position to help and willing to. And with that said, let's get back to the video, which feels so dystopian to say, but let's take a look inside what I built. Now, I'd like to also say, please excuse my voice. I've been sick for a couple weeks. I'm sure you can also hear it in the other clip because these are not recorded that far apart. But if we pop over here, you see that I did clean up because I did want to make it look nice before I showed you. We wander over here to what I'm calling the engineering build now. This would be where you actually pay for the gas, but we sit here on the outside because usually when you're on a road trip, you want to get out of the car and stretch your legs on occasion. I feel like that would still be the same here. Want to take in the atmosphere, hang out. I've also kind of built in a little area you could have coffee here. So you could buy yourself a drink and sit outside, or maybe purchase some of the food behind the counter here. But this would be more grab and go versus at the diner, where they're very well known for their watermelons and their pumpkins and their other delicacies that I've decided are being offloaded from this ship onto the piratey kind of one next to it. Like those guys saw an opportunity, rolled up and was like, oh heck yeah, let's buy some stuff. But if we look here, we got the little switch for our Jenny here, which in my head, this is like how they turn on and off the actual gas pump of the ship. And we have the little upspout here for all of our stone and the Jenny drops, as well as a ladder here, which will go into what I'm hoping will be the engine room in the future. And then over here, we have the employees only area. And up here, we have the little engineering room, or like the repair, maintenance, upkeep of the ship room, where like somebody hangs in here and like repairs and changes out like filters or
seals or little doodads here and there. I don't know. But this also has our Stone Jenny pickup stuff. And I have plenty of space so I can just mine until my heart's content. You know what I mean? But you peer over here. We have a lovely little resident for the main engineer of the place. I didn't have space for a couch just quite yet. I haven't figured out seating for here. We got a nice little fireplace, some books, partially eaten cake, don't question it. A nice little kitchen to make you a nice little home-cooked meal. A dining area. A nice little area to peer to see if maybe anybody is there, and John over there is screaming, hey, we have a customer. And then up here, we have our little bedroom, little dresser drawers, place to snooze, and a little emergency hatch in case anything happens where, you know, you could slide on down either to the engineering room, the cash register, or the actual engine room itself once we have it. We also have some like little bits and bobs here that I figure would attach down if this were practical and not Minecraft. We also have a nice little reading area to chill and hang out and get cozy like a cat. But that was not the only thing I've done. I have also collected all of the resources, and if my math is correct, I should have enough for the island build. But one thing I would like to ask before we get into that time lapse is, are the villagers standing? I updated to 1.20.4 and now my villagers are standing in their boats. I can't tell if the guys in the minecarts are standing, but these dudes sure are. And I don't know if it's to assert dominance or not, but I don't like it. Is this happening to anybody else? Like, genuinely? Is this the thing? Let me know in the comments down below. Oh my. I'm gonna go build an island. I'm gonna go build an island. Maybe they're getting cabin fever or something. I don't know. I don't know. So let's roll that time lapse. And here we have our big, beautiful new island that is so big with so much space in it. Replay mod kept unloading portions of it as I went round and round. And I'd like to apologize for that flashing. I didn't realize it was that big. I didn't realize it was going to touch the jungle biome or completely cover the mushroom biome. And I say that knowing I omitted portions of it, as you can see behind me, with the idea of expanding it out later. I kind of want to bring this section up and make a little savanna plateau for the savanna biome, but also I didn't connect it up to the upper portion we've been building on because I don't know what we're doing up here, and so I wanted the freedom to play around with connecting it neatly and seamlessly, because honestly I had a lot of trouble with world edit because I'm so noob with it. I couldn't get the island to look exactly how I wanted, so I went with what I could get that I'm happy with, which is this. So in the future we will be expanding out and detailing more down here as there are no details on it. So it is kind of boring. Let me turn on gamma. So I would like to bring like little floating plateaus out, or maybe make it a little bit more rugged. I did have troubles again with world edit, so I don't see myself using it again in the future. Same with Lightmatica. I did not enjoy the process of building this island with Lightmatica. I felt like I lost all my creativity, and that's just like a personal thing. I can see why a lot of people like it, but like personally, I missed wireframing. So we'll be going back to that, especially for the upper portion. I'll need a lot more control over the landscape, and I'm very excited about that, especially since up here, a lot of this has got to move. Mostly the tree farm, I'm thinking that bad boy could go in a cave, so it sounds like a mining operation when we use it. I think that would be neat. Also, we have so much space down below. And then the iron farm, possibly the moss farm as well, need to be moved. The iron farm needs such a big build around it. It's going to block a lot of what we've already built, more specifically our watermelon sign. And I don't want to block that. I want to be able to see it. I want to be able to talk about it. And so the iron farm's going to have to move. I just don't know to where. And I kind of hate that that'll be the second time I move it. I don't usually like moving farms around, but c'est la vie, it is what it is. You know? So I'm very excited for the future of this build. Mostly because this already took me 3 months, and now I get to plan out what goes inside of it and all of that. And I'm really excited to detail it out. I really wanted to do a fully detailed island for you guys, and then here we are 3 months later, and I'm like, you get what you get, man. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next couple as we expand out and detail the island and the ships for both of them, because they both need to be worked on, and I have some big ideas for them. But again, thank you so much for being here all the way to the end. I super appreciate it. Please remember to treat everyone and yourselves with kindness and openness. Please be understanding and supportive of one another through tough times, and to speak up when you see atrocities or anything that just does not vibe or makes you feel icky. You know what I mean? I don't know really how to phrase it, but please speak up for those that need help. Please be kind to those that need help. And I will see you guys in the next one. Remember to take care of each other. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your time zone, and please stay safe. Oh my. Sir, are you okay? Did you see that exorcist? Hello? They're so twitchy. Is this happening to anybody else? Mom, I'm scared. Come get me.